All right, so yesterday I talked a little bit about using Shiver Minnows. Let me talk in specific about how we're going to use this. First of all, I'm using a number 1, so it's a fairly small Shiver Minnow. I looked up the color that we're doing good on is actually called Crazy Clown. So chartreuse on the top, pink belly, red nose. Now when I'm fishing these, I'm going to tip this with a minnow. So what I like to do is look at that treble hook, and one of the hooks either points straight forward or straight backwards. That's the one that I want to put the minnow on. So I'm going to just take a minnow. I go through the top of the head, right through the skull, so it's nice and tough up there. But you can kind of see now how that's hanging there, and then I just simply pinch off about half of that minnow. I squeeze it a little, make sure that air bladder ain't in there, and that's actually what I'm going to fish. So let me show you how we're actually going to fish this then. I'm going to run this down in the hole. By the way, I'm using a 2-foot liter of fluorocarbon, 100% Berkeley fluorocarbon. I'm using 8-pound test, the new fire line, the fused fire line. I'm using a 32-inch real stiff, it's called a JT Outdoors Black Rain rod here, because you want a little bit of stiffness when you're actually shiver minnow fishing, because they're fairly heavy. So what I'm going to do is just find the bottom, and then what I do most of the time with the shiver minnow is simply lift it off the bottom a little, and it's just a lot of this, a lot of just kind of popping it in place. If I see a fish come in, I might move it up a little, try and get it to chase. But as soon as that fish starts chasing it, what I really like to do is just stop. And as soon as he gets there, when it stops, a lot of times that just gets him to lunge and take that bite down there. Now I may, in between that, pound it down on the bottom a few times to stir up a little bit of silt. Then I go right back to just that shaking and lifting to try and get those fish on a shiver minnow.